TV on?
No, I just got off duty. I'm watching it. They're talking about flash floods.
Where are the kids?
The kids are here. Where are you?
Don't worry, we're prepared for this. Remember, get out the emergency.
What did you say? Hello? Hello?
Please evacuate to the nearest shelter location. Repeating, flooding has been reported in areas surrounding the base. All naval personnel, family members, and personnel on base are instructed to please evacuate to their shelter locations.
Jonathan, grab your raincoat and get your sisters too. We need to get to shelter now.
Disasters do happen. In some emergencies, like a hurricane, flood, or disease outbreak, you may have time to prepare or evacuate. Other dangers like a tornado, chemical spill, or terrorist attack can leave you little time to respond. While you may have little time to react, by thinking ahead, you'll have time to prepare. Unless you are prepared for an emergency, your family could be without food, water, and even medicine for a number of days. In the next few minutes, we'll briefly explain Operation Prepare, the requirements to prepare and respond to an emergency situation for Navy personnel, their families, and any visitors to an installation. Emergency planning is up to you, but you do have the resources available that can help you prepare. You will learn how to be informed, have a plan, make a kit.
Did you talk yet about Operation Prepare?
Yes, my CO gave me this. It outlines the base's emergency procedures and recommendations. He said we should look it over together.
Huh.
Being informed is the first step to preparing yourself and your family. To be informed, you need to understand the different hazards you might encounter.
We should look it over
You also
together.
need to understand the actions that the Navy requires. Understanding the Navy's mass notification system will help you stay informed in the event of a disaster. It can be a voice announcing system, an interactive community notification system, or an administrative broadcast across Navy computer networks. You can find general and regional disaster information through a number of sources, including the internet, television, radio, or through installation briefings.
Okay, it says here on this form how to make a family emergency plan.
So, we need to go through it and try to think of everything that can go wrong.
And then test our plan when we're done to make sure it works.
Right.
Now that you've done your homework and informed yourself, you're ready to take the next step in preparing for an emergency. Have a plan. If forced to evacuate, where would you go? What would you take with you? Your family may not be together when a disaster strikes, so plan how to contact one another. Prepare a family emergency plan that includes information on where family members spend the most time, such as work or school. Get to know what your base requires, particularly when you change duty stations. Regional and installation-specific considerations can affect your family's plan. Make emergency contact cards for everyone in the family. Include important personal information, out-of-town contacts, medical conditions, as well as your command information. Conduct a dry run of your evacuation plan. Try to identify any problems or obstacles so you can fix them before a real emergency occurs. When you have a plan, you can act quickly and decisively to protect your family in an emergency.
Okay, we've worked out our family emergency plan. The only other thing we have to do is put together a basic emergency kit.
How much is all that going to cost us?
Well, everything on this list looks pretty affordable.
Well, let's get a move on.
The final step in preparing your family for a disaster is to make an emergency kit. You can find all of the items you need to put together a basic home emergency kit at your local hardware store, commissary, exchange, or mass merchandiser. Be sure to stock up on the essentials such as water, non-perishable food, a first aid kit, any prescription medication, personal sanitation supplies, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio, flashlight, and batteries. Also include any local maps, your family emergency plan, cash, and any important personal documents such as birth and marriage certificates, titles, and insurance information. You may also need to include additional supplies for any children, pets, or special needs adults, such as diapers, games, extra water, or coats and rain gear. Keep enough supplies in your home kit for at least 3 days, and make sure everyone in the family knows where to find your emergency kit. In addition to your basic home kit, consider putting together a portable emergency kit to take with you when you are ordered to evacuate, as well as emergency kits for your vehicle and workplace. After you have assembled your emergency kits, make sure to continually evaluate their contents and their relevance to the threats in your area. During and after an emergency, you will be required to report your status and whereabouts to your command in order to ensure that all members of the Navy family are accounted for. Make sure you know the reporting procedures your command has in place. If you or your family has been affected by a declared emergency, you can report your needs through the Navy Family Accountability and Assessment System. You can report your needs by computer or by phone to the Emergency Coordination Center. By being informed, having a plan, and making an emergency kit, you and your family will be prepared for an emergency. It's up to you to plan and prepare for your specific situation, but help is available at your base. Thank you for joining us for this brief overview of emergency family planning. Be sure to check out the Operation Prepare information on the web for details on regional and worldwide hazardous events, as well as advice on designing your emergency plans and putting together emergency kits. Your Fleet and Family Support Center and Ombudsman are also available to answer any questions you might have.